Please rise. Gentlemen, please remove your hats. We invite all active military and non-veterans to please salute the flag. Now please welcome Nick Yanchevsky, the game staff employee who will perform our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly strewn, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still alive. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave over land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well, let's play ball here in Baseball Town. A beautiful rendition of the national anthem thanks to our game staff employee. And as we begin today's contest, it is nice and sunny here in Reading, Pennsylvania, an exciting change after a couple days of rain. A lot going on here at the ballpark and a lot of fans out to support today's contest, Game 5 of the Reading Fightin' Phils versus the Hartford Yard Goats. The Fightin' Phils will take the field, and making his Double-A debut is Jack Perkins on the mound for the Reading Fightin' Phils. Fightins won yesterday's game in the most interesting of fashion, 2-1, as the game ended in the middle of the 5th inning due to rain. So they got one out, and the Fightins were on top as they scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th inning. And then rain calls the game, 37-minute delay, and it ends up being official. So the Fightins now up in the series 3-1 over the Hartford Yard Goats. And game number 5 set to begin in just a few minutes. Fightins out there in their home pinstripe uniforms today with the red caps, that Fightins F-Fist logo on the top, and the road grays for the Hartford Yard Goats. They'll continue with their blue cap and the Yard Goats emblem on the front. Jack Connolly is going to be behind the plate tonight, so we've got a Jack battery with Perkins and Connolly. And defensively out in the field for the Fightin' Phils, Bonifacio and left, Guthrie will take center, and Vierling over and right. Stokes makes the transition to third base. Scott and Brito remain in those middle infielder spots, and Luke Miller getting the start at first today. Steve Jasinski, the 22-year-old umpire prodigy, is the crew chief tonight behind the plate. Kelvis Velez shifting over to third. And James Albert is still the substitute umpire. He'll be the first base guy this afternoon. We're ready for baseball here in Reading as Matt McLaughlin takes his final warm-up swings. He'll step into the batter's box now. And Jack Perkins settles on the rubber. His first Double-A pitch, he'll kick and fire home, and he gets a called strike. First pitch coming in at 6:46. Game time temperature 75 degrees, just a slight varying wind as Matt McLaughlin sends this one right back up the middle, and he'll start this game off with a base hit. So a runner on now in the top of the first. We're scoreless and there's no outs for Sean Bouchard. sun is overhead right now. The sky is cloudy. And they're everywhere, but not with where the sun is. As a called strike comes into Bouchard. Lots of fans here supporting tonight. Might be our biggest crowd of the season. We'll have to wait till the end of the game time to hear what the final number is from the ticket department, as fans are still streaming into the ballpark and a lot of guys in the plaza that I can't see. Here's the 0-1 offering to Bouchard, and it's outside. The pool is full over in right field today, as there's a big birthday party going on over there, and a great day to swim. 75 degrees. That pool is heated to 87, and there's 2 hot tubs down there. The kids are loving it. And he just misses high. So it's 1-2. McLaughlin comes in today, 27 hits, and Bouchard 28. And a swing and a miss as the count evens. Runner on first here in the top half. There is nobody out. And the lights are coming on at FirstEnergy Stadium right now, just with the glare. It is a little bit overcast here and there, and just to make sure. Perkins will go for the pickoff attempt over at first, but nothing, as McLaughlin just taking a couple steps. Perkins coming from high A Jersey Shore as he kicks and fires home, and he'll get his first strikeout of Double-A as Sean Bouchard goes down swinging, and that'll be out number 1. In high A, he made 5 appearances. 3 of them were starts. It's a 5.51 ERA in 16 1/3 innings, but he's notched just about a strikeout an inning, or just over that, I should say. Drafted in the 11th round back in 2018. He's 23 years old. And a swing and a miss he'll give to Montero. The count moves to 0-1. Matt McLaughlin over on first. Madison Stokes in the hot corner today, and Miller taking over at first. He's holding McLaughlin on well, but the pitch will come home, and Perkins gets Montero to foul it back. Perkins was part of the piggyback system that the Phillies farm systems have been doing, so that's why he's come out of the gate and also in relief. Kyle Goglowski was supposed to get the start today, but he hit the IL with a right elbow sprain. So he was scratched, and now Perkins filling in. He sends it sky high. Luke Miller coming over. It's definitely in foul territory. Can he get to it? No, as it enters the right field grandstands. That foul ball is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Insurance Fraud Prevention Authority. Only weasels commit insurance fraud. Visit don'tbeaweasel.com today. So the count is 0-2 to Montero. There's a runner on first and 1 out. And this one again sky high, but it's going to come into the stands. Montero staying alive here, fighting off Perkins. We saw Perkins yesterday and on Thursday night. He had a double on Thursday night, and the pitch comes in outside. It's 1-2, but he's been really great defensively behind the plate. A lot of great blocks, and he's had some AAA experience. The Fightins acquired another catcher today, Vito Friscia, from AAA, as Rafael Marchand came back, and they sent Aniel de los Santos and Adam Hazley up to the big club for this afternoon's game against the New York Yankees, and Rafael Marchand went back to AAA, so with an added roster spot on the Fightins roster as Goglowski was placed on the IL. taken Vito Friscia on our list. Two balls, 2 strikes down to Montero as he's fought back in this count, but he'll take a called strike 3 as now 2 strikeouts for Jack Perkins, and there's 2 outs in the top of the first after a leadoff hit. Montez will head up. He's the cleanup hitter. The team high 34 hits for the second baseman, but just 12 RBIs. It's a tough comparison there. He hits, but it's not always the most timely, especially that we've seen him in the cleanup spot most of these games. And he'll chop the first pitch he has up onto the roof. Matt McLaughlin is on first after a leadoff single, but now there's 2 outs in the top of the first. Perkins setting up on the first base side of the rubber. He kicks and fires home. A big swing and a miss from Montez, and he's down 0-2 now. The crowd is enjoying this very much. Lots of young kids out there today. There is a Mega Blast fireworks show after tonight's game. That is the largest fireworks show in stadium history. The righty deals, and it's driven into left field. It's going to go past Bonifacio to the wall. Rounding second is McLaughlin. Is he going to come home from third? He'll be stopped by his manager at third, and it's a stand-up double for Montez to continue this inning. Now there's 2 runners in scoring position for Snyder, who's been absolutely hot for the Hartford Yard Goats during this season. He has had 3 home runs in this series so far. He's been 9 for 12, and he's put up 8 RBIs for his team. We saw one of those home runs last night, and he had 2 in the game on Thursday. And he'll send the first pitch into the GA seats. Runners on second and third here in the top of the first with 2 outs. It's still scoreless. In 2019, Perkins pitched in 3 different levels in the Phillies farm system, all the way from the Gulf Coast League to High A, and he'll get Snyder to chase a fastball up in the zone. Connolly setting up on the outside part of the plate. The 0-2, he chases it, and it's a strike 3 as Connolly tags him out at the plate. And with 2 runners on, Jack Perkins gets the job done on the mound. We're going to take a short break before we go into the home half of the first.
The Reading Fightin Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Customers Bank is a proud continued partner of the United Way of Berks County and the Ready, Set, Read initiative. Ready, Set, Read programs focus on improving literacy skills for children from birth through 3rd grade. The Fundamentals of Reading are a community-wide initiative that bring together schools, businesses, organizations, and individuals throughout our area to improve early grade reading success. Customers Bank and the United Way of Berks County are committed to reading success and urge you and your business to support this worthwhile initiative. For more information on Ready, Set, Read and how you can become involved, please visit ReadySetReadBerks.org. And thank you, Customers Bank, for your continued support.
and Hopi red pin. We'll be back in the bottom of the first inning for the rest of the groups.
Well, after the throw down to first by Max George, we're ready to get things underway here in the Fightin' Phil's offensive half as Daniel Brito is going to lead us off. He steps in to face Matt Dennis, and the first offering is down low. In the outfield for the Yard Goats, Bouchard this time over in left, Hearn in center, and Melendez over in right. As the pitch comes in, Brito lines it up the third base line, and it's a foul. Melendez over in right. McLaughlin out the hot corner, Snyder, Montez, and Montero round out the infield left to right, and Max George makes another appearance behind the plate since we saw him in the second game. Daniel Brito sends it out to center field. Backing up is Matt Hearn, and he'll make the catch on the warning track for out number one.
The shortstop, number 6, Bryson Stott.
Here's Bryson Stott. Last night, Stott had 2 singles, and he ended up being the one that crossed the plate for the go-ahead run in the bottom of the 5th. That allowed the Fightins to end a game with a win, as it's official after 4.5. He'll take a first pitch strike. Matt Dennis 6 starts this season. Batters against him have hit .416. So if the Fightins can continue that average, they'd be set to go. Bryson Stott sending one into foul territory up in the third base grandstand in those red general admission seats. Batting .323 on the season. One of 2 Fightins batters, and he'll send it deep in the hole at short across the diamond, and he hustles it down, but he's called out by the first base umpire, Velez, and the crowd is booing the call. I'm sure you can hear that crowd noise behind me. So there's 2 outs now quickly in the bottom of the first for Matt Vierling. He's the other batter that's batting up in the 300s. He's at .316 right now. But actually, interesting statistics about guys in the 300. Only 13 major league players are batting over 300 right now. So it's not as common as you think. The overall major league average is .237. Matt Vierling takes a first pitch strike. Infield back deep to him. Dennis delivers. He chops it foul. Sean Williams goes to field it in the third base coach's box. There's only 10 batters in the major leagues that hit above 290, from 290 to 300. And then there's only 12 that hit from 280 to 290. So hitting over 300 is getting rarer and rarer these days as we see more and more no-hitters and close games like that. Those guys like Tatis and Soto, Mike Trout, Charlie Blackmon, Acuna, those are those guys with the high averages. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to Matt Vierling. We're scoreless in the bottom of the first. And here's the offering from Dennis. He sends it the other way. Going back, Melendez at the wall, and it's over the fence. Matt Vierling uncorks his 6th of the season, and the Fightins take a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Matt Vierling puts on a show for the fans here on Saturday night. The Fightins up 1-0. Lots of cheers as he gets back into the dugout. And here's Jorge Bonifacio with 2 outs.
Jorge Bonifacio.
in the bottom of the first. But the Fightins have been very impressive with 2 outs. And he'll send line one in deep into the shortstop hole. But a nice stretch from Montero at first, and they make the out. So that'll do it in the first, but the Fightins take a 1-0 lead thanks to Matt Vierling's home run deep to right field. We'll take a short.
Gear up for the Fightin Phils season. Visit the Brentwood Industries Fightin Phils team store at FirstEnergy Stadium, or check out our online store 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at rphils.com/shop. We have a wide variety of Fightin Phils hats, t-shirts, kids apparel, and more. Looking for something new? Check out our latest selection of Los Luchadores de Reading and Reading hot dog gear, plus throwback black R-Trains R-Phils attire. Root for your Fightins in style. Stop by the Brentwood Industries Fightins team store or rphils.com/shop.
The Reading Fightin Phils, in conjunction with Savage 61 Fiesta Fridays, are proud to partner with the EXP Realty Group throughout the 2021 season. Visit their convenient website at brgpa.com. The custom search bar makes house hunting online easier than ever, and their talented team of agents is here to answer all your questions. Call them today at 610-926-8610. EXP Realty Group is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin Phils at all 7 Savage 61 Fiesta Friday games during the 2021 season. EXP Realty Group, where every move matters.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs.
FirstEnergy Stadium. We're in the top of the second, and the Fightins lead 1-0 over the Hartford Yard Goats. Matt Vierling gets his 6th home run, and it almost lands in the pool. Perkins returns to the mound. He'll face the bottom half of the lineup, Melendez, Hearn, and George. And his first offering is fouled back. Perkins 20 pitches to get through the first. Born in Germantown, Maryland, but moved to Florida. He went to Stetson. Majored in business systems and analytics and got his degree. Now he'll send a 1-1 inside to ball. His dad was also a baseball player, played at the University of Florida, as Connolly tries to frame that one, but it's just a little too high.
This is another reason why you can't do my
3 balls, 1 strike, and he gets the swinging strike he was looking for. The count moves to full. His great uncle was actually a Major League Baseball player too. He played for 3 different teams. The Washington Senators back when they existed, the Cardinals, and the Reds, as Melendez sends one into the outfield. Coming over is Guthrie, and he's making the catch in center, out number 1.
Number 2, Hearn.
So now, Matt Hearn heading up to the dish, batting .231 this season. He'll take a first pitch outside. Fans out in droves tonight. Looks great. We started off with a pregame mascot band concert. It's nice to have everyone back in the park for a big social hour and baseball game. And Hearn takes the first pitch strike. The next one, a fastball that misses upstairs. A slight breeze coming in from center field as we see the American flag waving in the wind. We're not too much right now as a called strike. He hits 94 on the gun. He's been known to hit mid-90s, usually ranging around there, although he has seen a higher number once or twice. Stott picks this one up as short and sends it over to Miller. That'll be out number 2. Here's Max George, the catcher. Had just 10 hits on the season so far, but he's covered all of the bases with 1 double, 2 triples, and a home run. Not a lot of guys that fill those boxes in completely. Infield back deep, and Luke Miller shifted just a little bit more towards second base. Up a couple steps closer than everyone else to the infield grass edge. And the count moves to 1-1 with a called strike. Fightins are up 1 run with 1 hit compared to the Yard Goats' no runs and 2 hits. Sun is shining down upon the field. The most I've seen it at all today. As it's found the gap in the clouds, and it's nice to see it. It really is. 2 balls and 2 strikes now to George. Here's the offering, and he doesn't get the call as the Fightins infield thought that was a strike. They were about ready to walk off the field and head back into the dugout. But we'll have to do it again as it's a full count. Here's the payoff pitch, a swing and a miss. And that is Perkins' 4th strikeout of the day as he sits down the Yard Goats. 1, 2, 3 here in the top of the second. The Fightins still up 1-0 as we head into the bottom half.
What does it mean to bank locally with Tompkins? It means keeping your money in your community with a team of neighbors to guide you through big decisions and milestones. Plus all the convenience of our mobile app where you can manage your account, deposit checks remotely, send money to family and friends, even turn your card off if it gets misplaced, then back on when you find it. Ready to bank locally with the team at Tompkins? Visit Tompkins Vist Bank online or at a branch to get started. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Copa de la Diversión is an initiative of MILB which creates alternate identities for teams across the country wishing to better reach out to their Latino communities. The new identity represents more than a luchador. Luchar means to fight for, and luchador translates to fighter. But it also signifies a specific type of fighter, a masked wrestler. The mask logo pays tribute to some of the most notable elements of the city of Reading. Embodied in the luchador's masks is Reading's pagoda, surrounded by 23 sun rays representing the Latin American countries and Puerto Rico. Down the bridge of the nose is Reading's fire tower. Home plate serves as a luchador's mouth, with FirstEnergy Stadium's facade creating the upper lip. Below the chin are train tracks, symbolic of the historic Reading Railroad. And along the side are baseball seams, a nod to Baseball Town's rich history. Fans can look forward to the R-Phil's players suiting up in Los Luchadores de Reading caps and jerseys on specific games throughout the season.
Crazy hot dog vendor. You can visit him now at the BTI Mascot Autograph Group at the Geico Blindness and Funland.
Well, we're back for the bottom half of the second. And the Fightins still up 1-0 thanks to Matt Beerling's home run back in the first. Madison Stokes, who's been on fire lately, is going to lead us off. And he takes a first pitch ball and now a called strike. There's a huge gap up the middle that if he plays this right, he could get right on. And his sacrifice fly last night in the 5th actually scored the winning run as he sends one foul down into the bullpen. He also had a base hit last night as well and went 4 for 5 with a home run on Thursday. And he'll take a called strike now as he gets rung up by Jasinski, and there's out number 1 in the second.
Batting 6, the first baseman, number 2, Luke Miller.
Now Luke Miller heads up to the dish. He had a team lead 6 home runs, but Matt Bierling just tied that now. So he no longer remains in total control of that category. But he's up there in hits and RBIs as well, and he'll chase the first pitch and come up with nothing. It's 0-1. And he'll take a called strike and fall down to 0-2. Matt Dennis only at 17 pitches right now, trying to get his way through the second. And he's been really good, really solid. The ball now comes into Miller. He just missed his spot, and Matt Bierling took advantage of it in the first. He also has some familial baseball connections, as his dad played baseball in college and his grandfather was actually a minor league player. Luke Miller sends this the opposite way, and Melendez not able to get to it as it bounces off the wall in right field. A stand-up double for Luke Miller. In the bottom of the second, with just one away, the Fightins have a runner in scoring position.
Number 4, Dalton Guthrie.
Dalton Guthrie is now heading up to bat. He's had a pretty good series so far. Last night went 2 for 2. The Fightins played a little bit of small ball yesterday as they recorded 9 hits, and all of them were singles. The first offering, Guthrie fouls back. His grandfather reached as high as AAA. Dennis went to Bradley University, majoring in psychology and consumer science, as Guthrie takes a ball outside. And he's pretty solid at the plate as well. He'll be starting off the top of the third batting as Guthrie chases a 90-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs. And the count moves to 1-2. There's only one out here in the bottom of the second. Fightins looking to jack into Dennis early here. They've already scored 1 run, but as we saw on Thursday night, they've really got to get deep into it. This ball grounded to short across the diamond, and they'll get the out as Miller shifts over to third.
The catcher, number 37, Jack Connolly.
Jack Connolly. With 2 outs now, the catcher up at the dish, batting .200. We've only seen him appear in 2 games. And he takes the first pitch called strike. Snyder and Montez, the middle infielders, back on that outfield grass edge, while the corner infielders and a little bit shallower. Obviously, McLaughlin wants to keep an eye on Miller at third. And Jack Connolly sends this one out to right center field. It's going to bounce off the wall, and he'll have a stand-up double as nobody's covering second base. And he gets an RBI to his name as Luke Miller crosses the plate. It's 2-0 Fightins.
The pitcher, number 50, Jack Perkins.
And the extra base hits have done it today. Yesterday they played small ball. Today they hit it long and far. A home run and 2 doubles now makes it 2-0 for Jack Perkins. This is the first time we've seen Perkins at the plate. That at the shoulder. He's got a little motion to it. He'll take a first pitch strike. In the righty batter's box, and the righty deals. It's inside. Good hold off. Jack Connolly taking quite a lead on second, but they're not going to try to hold him on as the shift is on a little bit for Perkins. Montez way over to the right. Nobody covering the bag. And Jack Perkins unloads on a fastball deep to center field. It's being chased by Hearn, and it's going to drop behind him as Perkins heading to third. And on his Double-A debut, Jack Perkins with a triple to score Connolly. It's 3-0 Fightin. And man, did he get a hold of that. And they were playing in on him. They were playing in, and Hunter Hearn just did not have time to run down that ball to center field. And this is timely hitting. We were talking about it the other days. The Fightin, they've had hits, but sometimes not with runners in scoring position. Now they are capitalizing on every moment, and it's with 2 outs here. And it's sent over to left. Is it going to drop fair? And it's right at the line as it drops foul. Daniel Brito was already at second, and the crowd is booing. They wanted that to be fair. That would have been interesting. That was about as far close to the foul line as it could have been, and Bouchard was nowhere near it. So he'll have to do it again now, and 1 strike to his name. Brito flew out to center in his first at-bat. There's a runner on third with 2 outs. The Fightin's already up by 3 here in the bottom of the second. And now he'll take a ball, so the count evens at 1. And he'll slice it up the left field line into the 67 club. And I don't know if this is too much information for the broadcast, but we were talking the other day about good luck charms, and Daniel Brito told me that his good luck charm is a pair of St. Patrick's Day underwear. And he says he has a lot of pairs of them. And this time he'll send it right to the catcher. Is going to make it as it chops off his bat right in front of the plate. And it's down to first for the 3rd out. So we'll have to talk more about that good luck charm later. Unfortunately, Daniel Brito ends the inning. It's 3-0. Reading Fightin Phils heading into the 3rd.
Spend some quality time with the family by taking them out to a ball game every Sunday home game at FirstEnergy Stadium. Sundays are Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days, presented by Classic Harley-Davidson. Get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 sodas for only $50 when purchased in advance. Burke's Packing is a family-owned and operated meat processor located here in Reading, specializing in hot dogs, ham, specialty meats, and more. Join us for Burke's Packing Sunday Family Fun Days at Sunday home games all season long here at FirstEnergy Stadium. The Fightins feature special post-game concerts throughout the entire season with more live music than anywhere else in Berks County. Each post-game concert features $1 off St. Boniface Brewing and live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's post-game concerts thanks to St. Boniface Brewing. From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
They turn on the lead here in the top of the 3rd. They're up 3-0, thanks to obviously Matt Vierling's home run in the 1st, and then Miller with a double is plated by Jack Connolly, and Perkins with a triple to send home Connolly. The pitcher gets the job done. And as we head into the 3rd, Jack Perkins now comes out with a pretty good lead here early on. He'll face the pitcher and then back to the top of the order.
The pitcher, number 35, Matt Dennis.
Perkins was the number 2 starter for Stetson University. His actual name, John Ryan. And his first offering to Dennis is a ball. Matt Dennis has had 1 at-bat in 2021, and he flew out. Nothing for him across the board as he takes a strike. Here's the offering. He'll chop it up to Bryson Stott. A clean play, and that'll do it. Out number 1. As Perkins sits down, now the 5th yard goat in a row. Here's Matt McLaughlin, who singled and moved all the way to 3rd, but was stranded in the 1st. In high school, Perkins actually played for Chester Hurl Lemon, who was called Chet Lemon back in the day. And his first offering, it's a called strike to McLaughlin. When he was in high school, he played on Chet's Lemon Juice team, which I think is a pretty fun name. Chet was also called the Jet. And he was a major league player. He played on the A's team, the White Sox, and the Tigers when they were World Series champs. It's a first-round pick himself in the 22nd round by the Athletics. And a weird fact about him was that when he was on the minor league teams, McLaughlin fouls one back to make it 2-2. He actually became a Jehovah's Witness while he was a minor league player. Don't know if you'd see that happen today. But I know that Perkins got a lot of really great experience from playing under a pro, and that's what he credits to the start of a lot of his success. And the 2-2 now, as it's chopped back by McLaughlin, he stays alive. Fightin's up 3 runs on 4 hits to the yard goats, no runs on 2 hits. And here's the 2-2, it's in the dirt. We're gonna go again with a full count now. First, our Bat Boys got to deliver some more baseballs. And we'll do it once more. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's fouled off. I think it's going to hit the roof, and you can hear it up there. Perkins, 45 pitches right now, and he only knew earlier today that he was getting the start. So not a lot of time, although I think he would have pitched today out of the pen either way. And the payoff pitch once more. It's a checked swing, and he was able to get a piece of it. Back behind home plate. That was the 8th pitch of the at-bat. And here's the 9th. It's drilled deep to center field. Guthrie going back at the warning track, and he makes the catch. Out number 2. Guthrie's got some serious wheels on him, and he was noted high defensive prospect. Above average skills in the field. When he played for the University of Florida, they thought so as well. A lot of highlights from there I was looking at earlier when he was in the College World Series. And here's Sean Bouchard now that takes a pitch outside. Two balls now, no strikes. Infield back deep to face Sean Bouchard. And the crowd is excited. They're looking for the 3rd out here to get out of the top of the 3rd clean, and it comes outside. It'll be 3 balls, 1 strike. Fightin's up 3-0. They'd love to add some more offense in the bottom half. The Bats have been hot yesterday. They had 9 hits. And Perkins ends up walking Bouchard. So there's a runner on with 2 outs for Hartford. And Eliuris Montero is now heading up to the plate. Montero 0 for 2 in yesterday's 5-inning contest. Perkins getting the sign. His head is down. I see him peek over his shoulder to look at Bouchard. The righty's going to have to turn all the way around. Instead, he'll come home and he'll get the called strike. Runner on first with 2 outs. And now he goes for the pickoff attempt. Kind of saw that coming as he was peeking over his shoulder. Although I wouldn't say Bouchard is taking a sizable lead. We'll see if Perkins goes to the batter now. It's an 0-1 count. Looks down, up, sends it home, and it's grounded up the third baseline, but it's foul. And the bullpen guys are going to have to get this one. Perkins getting ahead, looking to end the inning. Clouds starting to roll in over the sun. It's a little overcast, but it's still a nice day here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Much better than the rain we've had in the past, and a good block by Connolly behind the plate at not allowing the runner to advance. Tomorrow, the final game of the homestand. A 5:15 Sunday afternoon game, and they give away a Reading Hot Dogs baseball cap to match the Fightin Phils on the field, who will play as the Reading Hot Dogs on Sundays at home for the rest of the summer. Those are some pretty cool jerseys. Here's the 1-2. It's popped up. Connolly rips his mask off, but it bounces on the roof. Two outs here in the top of the third. They've got a runner on, but down to their final strike. Perkins trying to get out of the third clean, and this will be sent up in the sky. Vierling coming in, Brito going out, and it's going to be Vierling who makes the catch as it comes into his glove and ends the third. And that's another 0 on the scoreboard for Jack Perkins. The Fightins remain up by 3 as we head into the bottom half. We'll be right back.
From the cleanup position, there's no one better in the field than J.P. Mascaro & Son. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable quality hauling, disposal, and recycling service for your home or business. Make our team your team, whether in a pinch or for the long haul. Like the Reading Fightin Phils, we're the best in our field. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO.
Join us as we celebrate Reading's Hispanic and Latino culture during 7 Friday home games this season. The Savage 61's Fiesta Fridays, presented by Alex Batanzas of eXp Realty, Humane Pennsylvania, Supportive Concepts for Families, Children's Home of Reading, and Mao Beer. Fiesta Fridays feature special Los Luchadores de Reading uniforms, Hispanic and Latino food and music, and other cultural events throughout the ballpark. Get your tickets now by calling 610-370-BALL or visiting us at the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Every time you grab an ice-cold 20-ounce Pepsi, you'll find a Pepsi emoji on the side of the bottle. So while the Pepsi delivers this, the Pepsi emoji delivers this. Ooh. So go ahead, crack open a Pepsi and tell the world how you feel and what you love with Pepsi emojis. Say it with Pepsi.
The bottom of the third inning here in Baseball Town. Jack Perkins puts up another donut on the scoreboard, and the Fightins still lead by 3. And they're back for some more offense as Bryson Stout's going to lead us off. 4 hits so far for Reading, and they've all been for extra bases, so the slugging percentage is going way up right now. Matt Vierling and Bonifacio in a showdown for the highest slugging percentage on the team right now. And Stott fouls one back, so he falls to 0-2. He's had 10 hits since he's joined Reading last week. And he's talking to me about his approach at the plate and how it started in high school. He just really hated striking out. And he checks his swing there. The umpire says he goes around. And so that'll be that as he's having a couple words with Jasinski behind the plate. He does not look happy as he heads back to the dugout. Does not think he went around, but that'll be out number 1 in the top of the 3rd. Here's Matt Vierling again. First at bat since he hit that home run out to right and started off the scoring for Reading. And he'll take a first pitch outside. Matt's got a lot more movement on his bat these days in his stance, and he'll take a called strike now. Plants the right foot, his left foot. Takes a while to step in, about shoulder width apart. He's on his toe and a bent knee on the left side. And he'll be patient on a changeup, 81 miles an hour. And his bat over his right shoulder, constantly swirling around. He's able to get a piece of that pitch, and the count evens at 2-2. He now has 6 home runs to match his 6 doubles. And he gets a piece of another changeup. Sends it back into the netting behind home plate. And the count remains 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom half of the 3rd. The Fightin's up by 3 runs. And here's the offering. It's low. Jasinski waits a while to call his pitches. But he's very emphatic with his decision once he makes it. And here's the payoff pitch to Vierling. It's going to get through the gap as a diving McLaughlin at 3rd is not able to come up with it. And it's a base hit for Matt Vierling. And that almost seemed to me like it happened in slow motion, the way McLaughlin dove for it. And there's a runner on now for Bonifacio and only 1 out. Thursday night's game was very back and forth. The Fightins had a lead after the 2nd, but the Hartford Yard Goats would not let up. Any time the Fightins scored, they added another run. And they're going to go try to pick off Matt Vierling, who was merely 2 steps away. Bonifacio taking a strike there. Vierling, obviously 5 stolen bases on the season, a team high. So I'm sure that Hartford is well aware of that situation right now. And I know the way that the Fightins do it, obviously there's a ton of numbers that go into that, but there's also sort of like a color coding system that I was looking at the other day where it's like, you know, one color is like they're probably not going to go. Like that's not their approach. One color is you see it sometimes, you know, if it's a big situation they might go. Bonifacio takes it ball. Count 1-2 now. And then green is if, you know, they're going. They're one of those guys. They've got the stolen bases. They've got above average speed. That's what they're known for. They're going to do it. A chopper by Bonifacio. It bounces off the glove of McLaughlin into the outfield, and he's safe at first. Vierling over at 2nd. And as he throws it back in, almost misses it. And we'll see how that has scored a base hit as it was really chopped hard into the glove of McLaughlin. And it's a base hit for Bonifacio. And here's Madison Stokes, who struck out in his first at-bat. Now he's got 2 runners on and just 1 out in the bottom of the third. Fightins have tacked 1 in the first, 2 in the second. We'll see if they can add another couple runs in the bottom of the third. And a quick mound visit from Max George here to Dennis. Dennis with an ERA in the 10s. Having a tough go, and Stokes sends it deep to left field. It bounces off the wall, inches from going over. Rounding third, coming home, Matt Vierling, and Bonifacio held up at third as it was played off the wall well by Bouchard. The Fightins up 4-0. Everybody getting a base hit here. And Stokes able to make his way to second with an RBI double. Big hitting here. That is the 5th extra base hit from the Fightins. And here's Luke Miller now with just 1 out.
Number 2, Luke Miller.
Fightins have really put it together during this season, finding what they're good at, finding their swing and hitting when it counts. Here's Luke Miller. Stokes taking a nice lead off second. Obviously Bonifacio on third, so not much he can go unless there is a wild pitch. No one covering him on, so it doesn't look like they're going to go for the pickoff attempt, though you never know. Sometimes that second baseman runs back quickly. Miller chops one foul. And he'll stay alive. Stokes on second, Bonifacio on third. And it's 4-0 Fightins here in the bottom half of the third. Miller calling time. He's going to take some practice swings, get the signs from Sean William in that third base's coach's box. And Williams now comes over to say a couple words to Bonifacio. And the infield moves in a couple steps as Miller chases a changeup, fools him. 75 from Dennis,
4,
and that'll be out number 2.
Guthrie.
Here's Dalton Guthrie with 2 runners on in scoring position. Fightins have already added on another run in this half. We'll see what they can do with Dalton Guthrie at the plate. The infield backing up now, except for McLaughlin at third. And Guthrie sends it to center field. Is it behind Hearn? And Hearn can't get it. It dribbles all the way to the wall. Coming home, Bonifacio and Stokes. And all the way to third is Dalton Guthrie as he slides in head first. And he doesn't even need to. And that ball was severely misplayed by Hearn. It is 6-0. Reading Fightin' Phils here in the bottom of the third. And Hearn, he almost took a couple steps in first before he realizes it's going to go behind him. And he has to chase it all the way to the wall, which is 400 deep. And it's 6-0 Reading Fightin' Phils right now. Fightins are putting on a show for this big crowd here at the ballpark. And Jack Connolly now stepping up to the plate. Wow, 2 triples in this game. Connolly chases one and he's brought to his knees on a strike. Fightin' score 1 in the first, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, and a ball comes in now. 1-2. 2 outs. But Dennis struggling on the mound right now. Up to just about 60 pitches. But no action in the bullpen for Hartford. And the count moves to 2-2 on Jack Connolly. And it's chopped to the pitcher, and covering is Montero. An underhanded throw will make the out, and that'll be it, but not before the Fightins add 3 more runs on. They lead 6-0 as we go into the 4th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices, from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
You're wearing your Led Zeppelin t-shirt. You're tonight's winner. That's the White Star from the Fightins game. Rock and roll, everybody.
Well, it's going to be Jack Perkins who comes out, and he had a long wait there. After the bottom of the 3rd, the Fightins added 3 runs. And he'll return with 60 pitches of his own in the top of the 4th. But he shut down Hartford. They've just 2 hits, and he's only allowed 1 walk. Everyone else sent back to the dugouts. 4 strikeouts, 2 groundouts, and 3 flyouts. And his first offering to Montez, right to Stokes at 3rd. He bobbles it, but he's able to pick it up and regroup and make the play, and there's out number 1. And that's what we like to see, their composure in the face of adversity. And he gets a high 5 there from Bryson Scott. It was hard hit. Sometimes you bobble it, but you pick it up and you send it across. And here's Taylor Snyder now. Struck out in his first at-bat. And of course, you guys know at this point, the top of the 4th is the Cornwall Manor. Snyder unleashes up to the left field picnic area, and it is gone as he rounds all of the bases and puts a run on the board for Hartford, his 4th home run of this series. And he is absolutely out of control now. It's 6-1 Reading. Wow.
Number 19, Manny Melendez.
That's just their 3rd hit of the game, but their first run across, and the first run that Perkins has given up in Double-A. And with 1 out now, there's Manny Melendez. Cornwall Manor is a unique and charming community nestled in 190-acre wooded campus with many walking trails, including the Lebanon County Rail Trail. Time is called as Melendez steps out of the box, clean as cleats. Now he'll step back in. And it comes in outside. Perkins going for the curve, but he missed it. Fightin's up 6 runs on 8 hits to the Argoats 1 run on 3 hits. And he misses outside once again. That was Snyder's 9th home run of the season. And Melendez sends it deep to right, going back. Veerling, and he makes the catch at the wall. The fans are happy. Out number 2. And that ball had a lot on it. It just got hung up at the fence, and Veerling capitalized, making the grab. And now Matt Hearn stepping up to the plate. There is someone warming up in the bullpen for Hartford, 24 Will Gaddis. And he'll chop it foul. 0-1 the count. Connolly tries to frame it, but he's not able to hold on as it pops out of his glove. And it's a ball. Infield back deep. The outfield in closer. A swing and a miss from Hearn makes it 1-2. I can see the International Firework Company setting up over in left field for the Mega Blast show tonight. And I've been told once they set them up, they're not coming down. They've got to be exploded. He checks his swing. No. Velez says he did not go around. Two balls, 2 strikes now with 2 outs. Perkins trying to get out of the 4th. And it's a full count. Sun starting to set here. The infield in shade, the outfield in the sun. And it's popped up into the grandstand. And part of the infield, maybe first and third, are kind of in the sun right now. And Bonifacio in left is shaded. So this can get a little bit tough. It can get a little bit iffy, especially on that play. And he's rung up by Jasinski, and he knew it. He's back in the dugout before the call's even made. And after a home run from Snyder, the score is 6-1 as we head into the bottom of the 4th.
Cornwall Manor is an active senior living community on a 190-acre wooded campus in Cornwall, Lebanon County. The community offers independence and opportunities for wellness and fitness, as well as educational and musical programs, and the peace of mind of having convenient health care on site. Cornwall Manor offers a range of residential choices from apartments to homes. Prospective residents are welcome to visit us for lunch and have a chance to learn more about the community. More information is available online at cornwallmanor.org. Cornwall Manor, celebrating 70 years of senior living.
Feasers Incorporated, a family-owned, full-line food service distributor located in central Pennsylvania. Services restaurants, sporting facilities, theme amusement parks, healthcare facilities, educational facilities, and other institutions throughout Pennsylvania and the Mid-Atlantic region. For over 100 years, Feasers and its employees have committed themselves to making customer service their highest priority. Feasers works hard to provide customers with the products they require, delivered by their helpful fleet drivers. Feasers is large enough to serve and small enough to care. For more information, call 800-326-2828 or Feasers.com.
ROG Orthodontics is the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. Join today at Fightins.com to get your free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt and visit FantasticSmiles.com for more information on all the great work that ROG Orthodontics provides. ROG Orthodontics and the Reading Fightin Phils, 2 great hometown partners.
Into the bottom of the 4th inning we go here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Fightin's up 6-1 now after Taylor Snyder sends his 4th deep of the series. And Jack Perkins is going to lead us off. In the bottom half, he had a triple. His first hit here in Baseball Town, a triple. Absolutely unbelievable. And he'll take a first offering, is a called strike. Matt Dennis still on the mound, 60 pitches now as he tries to get through the 4th. 1-1 the count to Perkins. The righty has been dealing, just allowing 1 run on 3 hits, and he'll foul this one into the plaza. Good netting up there. Big gap up the middle for Jack Perkins right now. If he's able to utilize it, but he'll get a call, strike 3, and he'll head back into the dugout. That's 1 away as the crowd booing the umpire.
Brito.
Here's Daniel Brito, who's looking for his first hit of the day. Brito 3 for 12 in this series. He'll take a first pitch outside. The next offering, he fouls back into the netting.
Thanks to Access Industries and Safety Up.
The third baseman coming in, Brito fouling it back again into the grandstand. One away here in the bottom of the fourth. The Fightin 6 runs on 8 hits. Hartford 1 run on 3 hits. And here's the 1-2. Brito sending it deep to second, but Montez shifting over, and he'll make out number 2.
Number 6, Bryson. Stop.
ROG Orthodontics, the proud official partner of the ROG Orthodontics Fightin Phil's Kids Club. If you join today at Fightins.com, you can get a free ROG Orthodontics Kids Club t-shirt, and tomorrow night you can meet Daniel Tiger and take photos with them. Bryson Stott will take a first pitch strike, and he's got a big gap up the middle as well. And it comes very inside. He stumbles out of the box trying to avoid that pitch. Stott fouls this one into the dugout. Kyle Dowie warming up in the bullpen for Reading right now, and Gaddis still warming over on the Hartford side. The wind picking up just slightly. Flags are blowing around the stadium. And here's the 1-2. It's inside to Stott. And he'll stay alive, chop it foul. Stott told me how much he hates striking out, so I know that he's coming back here trying to do some damage after being called out on strikes in the third. And he said he used to think walks were uncool when he was a kid, but now he understands the importance of it. It's a slow ground ball to short. On the run is Snyder, and he's called out, but man, did Stott hustle up the first baseline. That was a close call. And out number 3 will end the bottom of the fourth. We'll head into the top of the fifth, up by 5.
The Fightin Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin Phils.
We will have a pitching change for Reading. Perkins' day is down to 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 run, it was earned a walk and 5 Ks on 72 pitches, a solid double-A start as he was just called up on the 11th. And Kyle Dowie will make his appearance in Reading today. He's been here in 2019, but he started the season up in AAA, then did some work at the developmental site in Clearwater, and he was added to the Fightin's roster on the 9th. He had just pitched a couple days before, so he needed a couple days of rest, and now he'll get the start out of the pen. And he's mainly a reliever, not typically one of the guys that participates in the piggyback system. And he'll face off against the bottom part of the lineup with Max George, the first offering coming in outside. Dowie out of California was drafted into the 16th round in 2017. He's 24 years old. And the lefty gets a swing and a miss. Kyle Dowie, the number 23 prospect for the Phillies in the top 30 list. He played at 3 different schools, but ended his time at Cal Poly. And it's an out as he's tagged by Connolly on a dropped third strike. Out number 1 here, as the first batter Dowie faces sits down. Here will be, well, this is the pitcher spot. We'll see if they're going to do a pinch hitter. Or not, but it's going to be Matt Dennis who bats, and I guess the pitchers have got to have practice if they're going to play in these NL leagues, and I'm not sure, maybe he'll come back. Dennis takes the first pitch strike. The lefty deals, it's outside. One ball, one strike now with one away in the top of the 5th. And he gets a swing and a miss. It's 92 on the gun. He ended up at Cal Poly where he was a starter, then he became a reliever after his freshman year, and he stuck with that. He gets Dennis, fools him on a 95-mile-an-hour fastball upstairs as it lifts as it comes across the plate, and there's out number 2, 2 Ks for Dowie.
Number 12, Matt McLaughlin.
He has kind of an interesting delivery that tends to fool batters, so we'll go over it right now. He's got his left foot on the third base side of the rubber, leans over, he stands up, and he kicks back and fires, and he uses a different arm slot than most. He comes out at about a 45-degree angle. And he does kind of like Morales, where he really kicks his knee back and then drives his whole body forward and thrusts his hips, and he drives that back leg all the way around, trying to get as much momentum and power out of it as possible. He almost, does kind of a 360. But he pretty much finishes with his back towards the batter and then has to turn himself around. 2 balls and 1 strike now to McLaughlin as he's going for the final out. He usually hovers in the low to mid 90s, but he's been able to hit 99. This ball sent deep to center field. Guthrie is chasing it and will make the catch on the run as Dowie comes in for relief and sits down. The yard goats 1, 2, 3.
I repeat.
Nursing home neglect is a serious problem. If you or a loved one has suffered from bed sores obtained in a nursing home or a fall down in a nursing home resulting in a fracture, our friends at Swartz-Culleton can help. Call the attorneys at Swartz-Culleton for a free consultation. Their phone number is 1-800-JUSTICE. That's 1-800-587-8423. Once again, call 1-800-JUSTICE today. Swartz-Culleton is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phil. The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Humane Pennsylvania throughout the 2021 season. Humane Pennsylvania is the region's premier leader in animal welfare and empowers the people in our communities to increase their capacity to care for animals so that all animals are safe, healthy, and treated humanely. Humane Pennsylvania is proud to be a Fiesta Friday and Bark in the Park sponsor. Learn more about Humane Pennsylvania and how you can help build the best community anywhere to be an animal by visiting humanepa.org.
To enjoy a perfectly crafted 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola, you must first appreciate its carefully selected ingredients. A dash of cola nut extract, a hint of real sugar, a splash of sparkling water, and a generous amount of attractive spokesperson. Trust me, I'm gorgeous. Cheers to 1893 boldly blended colas, a delicious balancing act of premium ingredients from the makers of Pepsi Cola.
Call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen as both starters take out after 4. Dennis throwing 8 hits, 6 runs. They're all are no walks and 5 strikeouts. And while Perkins left with 72, Dennis leaves with 73 pitches to his name. And even on that, but not even on the runs, as the Fightin' Phils are up 6-1 right now as we head into the bottom half of the 5th. Will Gaddis coming out in relief. Gaddis out of the 3rd round in 2017. 25 years old from New Hampshire. We saw him in game number 1. He threw 2 clean innings, striking out 2 on 16 pitches. He's been pretty solid for the Yard Goats this season as a reliever, but he'll have to face off against Matt Vierling, Bonifacio, and Stokes. Oh, 1 now to Vierling becomes 1-1. He began the season in the starting rotation, but then was transferred to the bullpen early June. This is his 2nd series as a bullpen pitcher. And spent 2019 in High A, and they're over at Lancaster. And Vierling lofts one high in the sky, going back the shortstop Snyder, and he makes the catch in shallow left for out number 1. Now it's Bonifacio's turn, 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Bonifacio steps into the righty batter's box, and he'll unleash on the first pitch deep to center field. Hearn back at the warning track, and he's able to make the grab. And that's 2 quick outs for Gaddis here in the 5th on just 5 pitches. Here's Madison Stokes. Snyder's going to shift over towards 3rd, so there's a big gap to the left of 2nd, but he'll be aggressive swinging on the first pitch. It's popped up in foul territory. Montero takes the grab, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Gaddis. On just 6 pitches, he sits down the Fightin' Phils, but they still retain their 6-1 lead as we head into the top of the 6th.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with Mao Beer throughout the 2021 season. Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager, which is available in the Stadium Plaza Bar, has 128 amazing years of brewing history. Founded in 1890 in Spain, Mao Beer has always been there to satisfy the most demanding taste buds. Make sure to pick up Mao Beer and Mao Cinco Estrellas Lager at FirstEnergy Stadium at our Plaza Bar throughout the 2021 season and at your local retailer. Mao Beer is a proud partner of the Reading Fightin' Phils and all 2021 Fiesta Friday celebration games. Mal Beer, the 5-star taste and the quintessential beer from Madrid. Please drink responsibly.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly, professional staff members are available to answer your questions and listen to your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership at Pottsville Pike today. Fastball, curveball, slider, it's the pitcher's grips that make the difference. And when it comes to cornering, braking, and traction, CJ's Tires and Automotives can improve your car's grip with a new set of Hankook tires. Hankook tires are known for great handling and reliability mile after mile. Together, Hankook Tires and CJ's are your winning team. So whatever your vehicle needs, an oil change, state inspection, brakes, alignments, or Hankook tires, trust CJ's Tires and Automotives in Fairless Hills. CJ Tires and Automotives. They really are better, faster, and more affordable.
It's the top of the 6th here at FirstEnergy Stadium. And Joey comes out for another half inning after getting down the Yard Goats 1-2-3. He'll face off Bouchard, Montero, and Montez. Kicks and fires home. It's inside. Sun's starting to set at the ballpark. The lights are shining. And he gets Bouchard to chase. It's 1-1. The pitch comes in just outside, and it's 2-1 now. Kyle Doey started the season in Lehigh Valley, and he played there also in 2019, where he split the season with Reading as well. Drafted out of Citrus College, though he played for 2 others, which is not uncommon for guys to transfer out of schools when they, a lot of guys start in JUCO, then they'll move up. Bouchard pegs this one to right field, but Vierling makes the catch by the pool. That's out number 1.
Number 17, Lewis Montero.
And he's pitched well at FirstEnergy Stadium. In 11 innings of 2019, he had a .82 ERA. And the Phillies game has finally wrapped up. They walked it off once again, and by they, I mean Gene Segura, who walked it off in the 10th with a single to score Ronald Torreyes over the Yankees 8-7. A very exciting game. Phillies led early. The Yankees tied it up in the top of the 9th with a 3-run home run and a blown save from Aroldis Chapman as Gene Segura 2 walk-offs in 1 week in the 10th. And of course, can't forget about Luke Williams' walk-off as well. And I'm sure he'll be wearing that straw hat, as is customary now at Citizens Bank Park. Eliuris Montero facing off the 1-1, swing and a miss, and a big strike pickup there. Went out here in the top of the 6th. The Fightin's up by 5. Doey feet gets the pitch from Connolly, and it's a swinging strike. Montero goes fishing and comes up with nothing for out number 2, the 3rd strikeout for Doey here in relief.
Now batting number 5, Coco.
Check on what's going on with the rest of the league. Jersey Shore trailing Wilmington 1-0 in the top of the 5th. And the Iron Pigs down by 9 after 7 to the Rochester Red Wings. A huge swing and a miss as Montez is way behind the 95-mile-an-hour fastball from Doey. There's some light stretching going on in the bullpen for the Fightins right now. And with 2 outs in the 6th, Zoe ahead 0-2. And here's the offering. It's downstairs. Infield is back deep. Stokes and Stott and Brito pretty much on that outfield grass edge we've discussed earlier. That's a rule, but they have to stay in front of that line. And it's a called strike 3 as Jack Connolly heads back into the dugout. And Kyle Dowie with 4 strikeouts here in relief, his second 1-2-3 inning as Hartford's down and the Fightins are up by 5 as we head into the bottom of the 6th.
Better pitching, faster base runners, and more runs batted in usually beats the competition. At CJ's Tire and Automotive, better selection, faster service, and more affordable options always beats the competition. When it comes to tires, CJ's MVP choice is a new set of Falken tires. Falken tires are known for handling, reliability, and value. And for more than 50 years, CJ's has been helping customers find the right tires at the right price. Together, Falken Tires and CJ's are a winning team. Stop in any time at your local CJ's or shop online at cjtires.com. CJ Tires and Automotive. Better, faster, and more reliable.
We've been privileged at ROG Orthodontics to be part of the local community for over 60 years, creating generations of fantastic smiles.
We're honored to be voted the #1 orthodontist year after year and proud to be the top Invisalign provider in the region.
We passionately believe we're changing lives every day right here in the community where we live.
We offer interest-free, flexible payment plans
and provide monthly scholarship programs for free braces.
Be sure to check out our magnet contest to win free braces.
We love seeing our patients' successes, knowing we had a part in changing lives.
One fantastic smile at a time.
Savage 61 is a proud sponsor of Fiesta Fridays. Enjoy an R-Phil's game, great food, music, and entertainment. The team will play as Los Luchadores de Reading Latino Tribute uniforms. Visit Timmy Profit and Savage 61 Pennsylvania's most awarded dealership for all your automotive needs.
Well, into the bottom of the 6th we go with a 5-run lead, and the Fightins are up to bat. Luke Miller is going to lead us off, and Will Gaddis comes out for another half. Miller chops the first pitch he sees foul. The Fightins were very aggressive against Gaddis in the first inning. He only threw 6 pitches as the Fightins went down 1-2-3 for the second time this game. And he'll take a ball now. It's 1-1. And it hits him, and he looks in pain. Maybe it grabbed his hand. And he starts to walk to first. Sean Williams is coming over, and he looks like he's going, he looks in pain, I'll say that. Maybe his wrist, his Kenny Montanane is coming. Excuse me, it is the substitute trainer, Michael Hefta, is here today, as our regular trainer, Chris Terrian, is helping his family move. And Miller's heading down to first, but he looks frustrated right now. And it seems like he wants to stay in. And I think he's going to. Yesterday we saw the starter Colton Eastman on a bunt attempt nab his finger. And so he was pulled in the 3rd inning, but seems like Miller's okay, and we're ready to get back going as Sean Williams heads back into his coach's box, and here's Dalton Guthrie. And Guthrie fouls it right into his shin. Man, that is tough. Right after a hit by pitch. And he's trying to walk it off. He'll head back up to the plate, hopefully. Runner on first here for Guthrie. There's nobody out. The Fightins are up by 5 runs. And he's having trouble getting himself back in. Now he'll step in the righty batter's box. And here's the offering. He sends it the opposite way, deep to right field. Melendez at the warning track. And coming back to first is Miller. So that's out number 1.
Number 37, Jack.
And here's your catcher, Jack Connolly. Connolly with that run-scoring double back in the second helped the Fightins take a couple lead. And there is some action in the pen, so it doesn't seem like Joey will come out for another half. Usually a reliever's about 2. Yesterday we saw Austin Ross trying to go for 3, and he took the win in the rain-shortened game. The 1-0 now to Connolly. He chases a ball in the dirt and is sent to his knee. And it does look like a pinch hitter for the Fightins. Josh Stephen will be up next. So that will mean Dowie does not come back out. They go for the pickoff attempt with Miller at first, and it's not in time. With Montero holding on Miller at first, if Connolly's able to poke a ground ball up the right side of the infield, he chases another pitch in the dirt, and it's 1-2. Gaddis working slowly now as George sets up on the outside part of the plate. And Connolly shaking his head as he strikes out swinging, walking back to the dugout, not happy with that plate appearance. And there's a pinch hitter, Josh Stephen. Stephen's been working at BP and working on his swing, getting things together here. We haven't seen him much during this series except for as a pinch hitter, a couple days in the outfield, but he's getting an opportunity right now. A runner on and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, excuse me. Cotton Candy Man and the Cracker Jack Man walking around the ballpark. And Josh Stephen goes deep to center field, but camping under it is Matt Hearn. And he makes the catch for out number 3. The Fightins strand a runner on the base path, but they'll still lead as we head into the top of the 7th, 6-1.
The Reading Fightin' Phils are proud to partner with the Berks County Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities Program. Together, we are striking out the stigma in order to raise community awareness about mental illness and the prevention of suicide. With 3 simple words, are you okay? The hope is to begin a conversation to show Berks County that we care. Suicide affects and hurts everyone, but help is here, and we'll work together to raise awareness about suicide and identify what we can do as a community to prevent it. People in need of assistance and support should call Crisis Intervention at 610-236-0530. That's 610-236-0530. The Fightin' Phils know who to call for trash and recycling services. A proven winner, JP Mascaro & Sons. The industry leader for over 50 years. Trust the familiar Mascaro Blue Elephant to provide dependable, quality service for your home or business. That's JP Mascaro & Sons, one of the top companies in its industry. Trash and recycling services for home, business, and industry. We are hiring and have open positions in Berks County. Check our website for open positions at jpmascaro.com or call 1-888-MASCARO. JP Mascaro & Sons, ready to serve you.
A call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen here in the top of the 7th. Kyle Dowie we knew was going to come out after Josh Stephen pinched hit for him in the bottom of the 6th, and Braden Zarbniski is going to come in and take on the 7th. Zarbniski and Ross have the highest win count on the team, 3 each.
Number 36, Braden Zarbniski.
And Zarbniski going to face the middle part of the lineup, starting off with the hot hitter for the Yard Goats. It's Taylor Snyder. Snyder stepping into the righty batter's box. And instead he's going to kick some dirt around before he sets up. Now he'll kick and fire home, and his first offering is a strike. A big thank you to Railroad House for sponsoring the Fightin' Phil's team feed tonight. Jimmy D's Railroad House Sports Bar and Restaurant in Sinking Spring is a friendly neighborhood sports bar and award-winning restaurant serving the Berks County area for years. And now the 0-1 from Zarbniski. He checks his swing, but does not go around. It's 1-1. Please join us to catch a game at Jimmy D's Railroad House on their 26 high-definition televisions, or check out their delicious food and drink venue. You can relax there at the Railroad House, conveniently located at 152 Woodrow Ave in Sinking Spring. Jimmy D's Railroad House, a proud sponsor of the Fightin' Phil's team feed. The count now 1-2 to Snyder. And Zarbniski kicks and fires, and he gets him. Swinging on a breaking ball as it breaks perfectly over the plate, and there's out number 1 in the top of the 7th. It's going to be Manny Melendez 0 for 2 with 2 fly balls today. And the wind has pretty much died down here at the ballpark. That flag is straight down at the pole out in center, and the sun definitely starting to set now, as getting a little bit darker here. Melendez chases the first pitch he sees, and it's strike number 1. Righty on lefty matchup here. And he'll foul it back into the netting behind home plate. This is Melendez's 2nd season with the Hartford Yard Goats, so he's had Double-A experience before. In 2019, he batted .258 with the team and was hot on doubles. He's already had 5 on the season for the team now. And a fun fact about Melendez is that he pretty much plays every single game of the season for the team. And he's done so for the last couple of years. Pretty much an everyday starter for the Rockies farm system. The count now 1-2. And it's strikeout number 2 now for Braden Zarbniski here in relief. And Hartford has gone down 1-2-3 in the past 2 innings. We'll see if Zarbniski can continue what Dowie was doing.
Number 2, Matt Hearn.
And here's Matt Hearn with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. The Fightin's up by 5. And Hearn chases the first pitch he sees, but he's late to it, and it'll go out into the parking lot. And a big swinging strikeout on a changeup from Zarbniski, and his stuff looks good today. Zarbniski called up to the Fightins earlier, or I guess late May now. I was going to say earlier this month, but the month has changed. And the 0-2, it's sent high in the sky. Connolly coming over. Stokes, it's going to be in the grandstand. And it looked like it might drop in fair territory, but just on the other side of the net, nothing Connolly could do about it. And the crowd is cheering here for Zarbniski, one strike away from sitting down the Yard Goats once again. And while the hitters have been really showing up offensively, we can't discredit what's going on the field in the opposite half. It's the strike 3 call, and Zarbniski comes in, strikes out the side, and the Yard Goats go down 1-2-3 for the third straight inning in the row. Fightin's up by 5 as we head into the bottom of the 7th. We'll stretch here, you stretch at home, and then join us right back once again.
The award will Tower Pool Party, edible night and friends. Ball game while swim reheated behind.
Well, it's going to be a call to the Alvernia University Golden Wolves bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gaddis's day is done, a clean 2 innings on just 16 pitches. He knocks 1 strikeout across the board, and he will send the ball over to Reagan Todd for the 7th. Daniel Brito up for the Fightin' Phils, chases the first pitch. It's 0-1. Brito 0 for 3 today. And he chops it up to second base. Montez to Montero, and there's out number 1. Fightin still up by 5. It was an eventful first couple of innings as the Fightin scored 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and 3 in the third. The Yard Goats had a home run from Snyder in the 4th to plate 1, and nobody scored since the top of the first now. Here's Bryson Stott. He's 0 for 3 today. Stott and Brito are the only 2 to not have reached first in the contest, which is unusual because those are the two top batters on the team, obviously batting first and second, as Stott takes the ball. The count's even 1-1. Reagan Todd, just 25 years old. And he sends in a called strike to Stott. This is his first season in Double-A as he skipped high A. And Stott lofts one into left center field. Hearn on the run is able to chase it down in time, and that's out number 2.
Number 38, Matt.
In 2019, he was in short season and low A, and a lot of guys have skipped that high A level just because of the pandemic year. You kind of age out of that high A level, and either you're pushed, see if you can handle Double-A, and most of them have been pushed to handle that. That's what we've seen a lot in the Fightin's organization. There's been a couple guys that started in high A, spent like about a week there, and then moved up. Matt Vierling fouls off the first pitch he sees.
Thanks to Access Industries and Safety App.
Two outs here in the bottom of the 7th. And I do believe we will see Zarbniski for the 8th. And probably Billy Sullivan for the top of the 9th would be my guess. But you never know how it's going to go down. Could see Hernandez. 1-1 now to Matt Vierling. And he'll send it up. It's going to be in foul territory. Running over is Montero, and he's going to run out of room as it's caught by a fan instead. So we'll have to do it again with a 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Infielders going back to their positions. And Todd kicks and fires. Vierling stays alive. He fouls it back once more. Moved his batting average up from .316 to start the day to .323. And he checks his swing. He went around, and that's strike 3. An interesting way to end the half inning, but after 7, the Fightin's up 6-1 over the Yard Goats.
You can add a delicious all-you-can-eat buffet to any Reading Fightin' Phil's game ticket for only $18. No need to visit the concession stands. You can add a 2.5-hour all-you-can-eat buffet to any ticket. Selection includes barbecue chicken, barbecue sandwiches, cheeseburgers, hamburgers, hot dogs, mac and cheese, corn, pasta salad, baked beans, potato salad, chips, fruit, cookies, and Pepsi products. Call the Fightins at 610-370-BALL, order online at Fightins.com, or visit the Weidenhammer ticket office at FirstEnergy Stadium.
Savage Auto Groups is a proud sponsor of the Reading Fightin' Phils. Our large inventory and wide selection of models, along with competitive pricing, allow us to make great deals on many vehicle makes and models. Visit Savage 61, Kia, and L&B in Berks County for all your automotive needs. Established in 1928, the Manor Golf Club is one of the oldest public courses in eastern Pennsylvania. Located conveniently between Philadelphia, Lancaster, and Allentown in Sinking Spring, the Manor Golf Club offers a true test of golf on a traditional championship-style golf course where shot making takes precedence over length. Visit themanorgolfclub.com for more information.
Every girl from Moscow. She's the group of.
And it was lower! That's another win for the ladies tonight. You win 4 tickets to our June 26th game and our lovely pretzels. Thanks again for tuning into our high-low game, presented by Tom Stearns.
All right. We are in for the 8th inning here in Reading, Pennsylvania. And coming back onto the mound after striking out the side is Braden Zarbniski.
Number 14, Max.
He's set to face off against George, and we'll see if they have a pinch hitter, which I believe they will for their pitcher. Zarbniski on the first base side of the rubber. Kicks and fires home, and he fouls it back. In the half-inning break, we heard a high-low game where the players had filled out a questionnaire at the beginning of the season answering a bunch of different questions. We totaled up a percentage of how many of the team does or does not do a certain thing. And down a strike is now Max George as he chases a pitch, and Connolly coming out to talk to Zarbniski, which is always interesting with an 0-2 count, and the first batter is fixing his shin guard, and he'll head back behind the plate. Hopefully they've got it settled. And so the question today was how many of the players have ever grown a mustache, and we had Daniel Brito record that answer for us the other day. It's 63%, but the fun part about it was Daniel Brito has a pretty solid beard. Max George sends it into left field, Bonifacio calling everyone off, and he's tracking it and makes the catch, out number 1. And he said, no, there's no way I could ever grow a mustache. And I saw him listening to his answer up there on the board and laughing about it with the players. There is going to be a pinch hitter for Hartford now, as it's going to be number 8, Greg Jones, who we've seen him pinch hit before, but we have not seen him behind the plate. He's the 3rd string catcher for the Yard Goats. 26 out of Tennessee, and he played in low A last year, or 2019, I should say. But he's pinch hitting here in the 8th, so there will have a pitching change. And Jones fouls it back into the netting. That's strike number 1. 1 out here in the top of the 8th. And Zarbniski gets him with 2 strikes now. He sat down 4 straight Yard Goats looking for his 5th. And no one in the number 9 spot has gotten on base yet. Just 1 run and 3 hits for the Yard Goats so far as we head into the back half of this game. And he's going to ground it right into the glove of Miller at first, who's going to toss it over to Zarbniski, and that'll make out number 2. And actually, the pitchers were practicing their defensive skills today. They were running a drill, and I'll try to explain it as well as I can. But Matt McLaughlin walking up to the plate right now. So there was 2 sets going on at the drill, 2 lines of pitchers, and one line was on the mound, and one line was off the mound towards first base. And there were 2 sets of coaches hitting ground balls to the 2 sets. So the player on the mound would field the ball when it was hit. Well, first they pretend to throw it, which is always funny. And then a coach at home will pretend to hit it, and it'll be a ground ball rolling. The pitcher will have to come up, grab it, and throw it to second. And then once they do that, they'll move over to second, and they'll be the one that fields it. And then they'll come back, and they'll get in the other line. Now, the other line was being fielded a ball, and they were picking it up and tossing it over to first and trying to make those plays, practicing choppers and bunts, because we've seen a lot of choppers in this game with the field being a little wet due to all the rain. McLaughlin pops it foul. Coming over is Miller, and that'll end the inning as he smacks his bat on the ground, frustrated in his pinch hit attempt, and does not get the job done. Another 1-2-3 inning for Braden Zarbniski as we head into the bottom half of the 8th.
Shots Electric has been in business 45 years. Tompkins Vist Bank does everything for us, from our banking to our insurance. They provided us new ideas and solutions. For example, remote deposit. It's very convenient because it's 24/7. I'm confident Tompkins Vist will be with us in the future.
Tompkins Vist Bank and Tompkins Insurance. Service, stability, strength. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Tompkins Insurance products are not FDIC insured and are not bank guaranteed.
The Fightins feature special pregame happy hours every Monday through Thursday at the Yingling Hometown Tap Room. Tompkins Vist Bank Plaza opens at least 2 hours before game time for all happy hours. In addition to $1 off Rusty Rail Brewing thanks to Windsor Distributing, all happy hours feature live music on the T-Mobile stage. That's happy hour every Monday through Thursday home games thanks to Rusty Rail Brewing and Windsor Distributing.
The Reading Fightin' Phil's birthday party package is the best way to celebrate a birthday. Whether you are a youngster or an adult, there is no better birthday than a Fightin's birthday. The Fightin's Fan Birthday Package is customizable for fans of any age and starts at just $120. Base packages include 10 general admission tickets to a Fightin's home game, an autographed baseball, and a VIP reserved parking spot. Fans can also add a wide variety of experiences and options to make sure your favorite Fightin's fan's birthday is a grand slam.
Bottom of the 8th we go, and since we knew we had that pinch hitter, we knew that Todd would be done. And he threw an inning of clean ball, just striking out one Fightin' Phil in 11 pitches. And Julian Fernandez is going to be the Alvernia University call to the bullpen as he comes in to take the bottom of the 8th.
Number 29, Jorge Bonifacio.
And Jorge Bonifacio is going to lead us off in this half. Bonifacio taking 2 straight balls from Fernandez here in relief. And make that 3 straight balls. And it's outside, so it'll be a called strike. Bonifacio lines it right to left center. It's tracking all the way to the wall. He's hustling to second, and there's nobody even on second to cover the bag. So a stand-up double for Bonifacio to lead things off here in the 8th. We're into the back half of this game as Hartford has just 3 outs at the top of the 9th to make it happen. Here's Madison Stokes with a double on the day. Runner on second with nobody out. The Fightin's up by 5. They had 9 hits as Hartford just 3. And Fernandez gets a swinging strike out of Stokes. 95 on the radar gun there. Infield back deep. No one's covering second, so Bonifacio has a nice lead. And it's a called strike to Stokes, and the crowd boos as the ball was pretty high up. And it'll be down low as the count evens 2-2. Stokes yesterday, or was it 2 days ago at this point? Might have been 2 days ago at this point. His first home run of the season. He was pretty pumped about it. He's really been working on his batting these past few days, and it's definitely paid off. But he's going to go down swinging at this at-bat, and that is out number 1 here in the 8th.
Number 2, Luke Miller.
Luke Miller now heading up into the batter's box. And he sends it high into the sky. It's coming into the stands, and actually it's going to hit the roof. Luke Miller, holds off on a pitch outside. And a good take there to even the count 1-1. There is someone warming up in the Fightin's bullpen. I cannot see a number from this far away, as it's another foul ball. This one hits 97 on the gun. That's the highest velocity I've seen at this ballpark this summer. And it is Billy Sullivan, they tell me. Thank you to our official scorer for relaying that over. Billy Sullivan is going to come out to close this game at the top of the 9th. But first, we have to get through the bottom of the 8th. And there's a runner on for the Fightins and just 1 out, so they're looking to add on a couple more insurance runs. They're having some fun in this game tonight. And the 2-2 now to Miller. It's outside. It's a full count now to Luke Miller with a runner in scoring position. And he and Bierling are now tied for home runs. He might want to do something about that here as he stays alive, fouling another pitch back. And here's the offering from Fernandez. Miller right to the second baseman, 4-3 in your scorebooks, but Bonifacio able to shift to third. And now Guthrie with 2 outs. And Guthrie was able to hit a 2 RBI triple in the 3rd with 2 outs. He's been very clutch. He's got the bat way above his shoulders and chops the first pitch he sees foul. Bonifacio about halfway towards home, running with 2 outs on contact. Big gap up the middle for Guthrie. And he goes the opposite way with it. The kids in the pool are looking up, and it splashes! A 2-run shot for Dalton Guthrie, his 2nd of the season, and a bomb into the pool as he rounds third. The Fightins lead 8-1 in the bottom of the 8th, and the crowd is roaring for Dalton Guthrie. And man, you could see that splash in the pool. I wonder which kid got the foul ball. There's about 40 kids down there. Absolutely incredible stuff from Dalton Guthrie to go the opposite way. 8-1 now, Fightin Phils with 10 hits this game and 2 home runs. And Jack Connolly now with 2 outs. Connolly takes the first pitch ball outside, and this game has just been so exciting for Fightin's fans. You love to see it with the full stadium here. Definitely the biggest crowd of the summer. I can't wait for the number to come in. And it's a strike after Connolly takes 3 balls, he thought. And that'll be ball 4 as he walks to first with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And there's going to be a mound visit now. I don't know if they're going to pull him or they're just going to have a chance to talk. And it looks like they're just chatting with him. It's going to be a pinch hitter. McCarthy Tatum is going to come up to face because obviously Billy Sullivan out there warming up for the 9th. And they're just talking about how they want to face Tatum. I'm sure they probably didn't think they were going to get to see him in this game. He's taking an off rest day. But he'll come into pinch hit in the pitcher spot. And man, the crowd is roaring here. And it's a strike on the outside corner. The Fightins are up. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. They're up 8-1 over the Yard Goats. The pitch comes in outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Jack Connolly over on first after walking. And Tatum lines one foul, just shy of being fair. And man, if that had gotten past McLaughlin at third, would have been extra bases for sure. Wind's starting to pick up a little bit, right to left, which makes Guthrie's 2-run homer even more impressive. And Tatum pops it up in foul territory. Coming over is Montero. He's got enough room, and he makes the catch for out number 3. But not before the Fightins tack on 2 more runs off the bat of Dalton Guthrie. It's 8-1, and we're heading into the top of the 9th. The final 3 outs for the Yard Goats.
At Savage 61, our goal is to assist you in making a confident decision. Our friendly professional staff members are available to answer all of your questions and listen to all of your needs. Whether you're shopping for a new or pre-owned vehicle, we're ready to help you with your search. Visit our dealership on Pottsville Pike today. The R-Phils and Savage 61 are excited to bring you Fightin's baseball live from the comfort of your own home. If you are listening to this now, you're probably watching on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to check us out on rphils.com/pressbox for all the elite baseball information on the Fightin' Phils. The world-famous Fightin' Phils mascot band celebrates its 21st season in 2021, with pregame concerts starting Saturdays in May thanks to Truist. You heard right, actual mascots playing in a rock and roll band. See Quack the Rubber Duck on lead vocals and guitar, Screwball on drums, Bucky on bass, Change Up on bongos, and Blooper on lead guitar. A real band jamming on the T-Mobile stage before Saturday games this season. Don't miss the one-of-a-kind Fightin' Phils mascot band. Pre-game on Saturdays thanks to Truist.
Electric Fightin' Phils game, and the fans couldn't have gotten a better game for the first Mega Blast of the season. They also saw a Mega Blast on the field. 2 home runs from the Fightins, 6 extra base hits, and man, have they had everything to offer today. Even on the mound, it's been incredible. Perkins just 1 earned run in his AA debut. Dowie and Zarbniski putting up clean innings, striking out a combined 7. And Sullivan in here for the top of the 9th. He's got a 7-run lead to work with, and he's the only Fightins player with a 0.00 ERA left. Love to see him keep that. And Sullivan's family out in droves here, as they're only from Delaware, so they're able to come out and support their son. And leading things off for the Yard Goats, Sean Bouchard. It'll be Montero and then Montez. And hopefully that's all Sullivan will need. PSECU presents tonight's attendance report. Tonight's attendance at FirstEnergy Stadium, the largest crowd of the summer, 7,190. PSECU proud to be one of the largest credit unions in Pennsylvania, and so exciting to have over 7,000 fans in the park as Billy Sullivan hits 96 on the radar gun and induces a swing and a miss. I mean, it really helps. It helps so much to have all of these fans here in to support the team. And it's high up inside, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike now from Sullivan. Infield back deep, and the outfield is as well. Sullivan kicks and flies. He gets a foul ball, and that makes it 2-2. And Sullivan deals. It's another foul ball the same way. And Bouchard, you can tell, is way behind these pitching because he's only getting the very top part of his bat on the ball. And that's why it keeps getting fouled off behind the plate. And it's going to go foul once again. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still here to Bouchard as he's battled against the Fightin' Phil's best closer. And a swing and a miss. He gets the job done. A strikeout now for Sullivan. Here in the top of the 9th, there's 1 away, and Hartford down to their final 2 outs. Sullivan has only been with us for about 3 weeks. And he's been racking it up. He's only allowed 4 hits and no earned runs. And he gets Montero to chase the first pitch. He fouls it back into the dugout.
No, they were going to give us a lower interest rate.
Montero down a strike. The Fightin' Phils lead 8-1 after tacking on 2 more in the bottom of the 8th.
Number 1. There you go. It was his read, Mr. Krabs. He was number
1 ball, 1 strike now to Montero. Sullivan kicks his leg high behind him and he goes upstairs. Here's the 2-1, and you can make it 2-2 as Vierling tracking this in foul territory, and he just runs out of room. I mean, he was close, but it was just on the other side of the wall. There's nothing he could really do about it. And so Sullivan finds himself in another 2-2 count. Two balls, two strikes now, top of the ninth, and he'll get a pop-up out of Montero. It's going to be Brito that calls everyone off in right center field. That's out number 2. So the Yard Goats down to their final out here in game number 5. The Fightin' Phils have already managed the split of the series. They're up 3-1. If they take this game, they will 100% win the series no matter what happens tomorrow. And that will be their first series win. This will be their first series split. And if they're able to take the win today or tomorrow, it'll be their first series win. Sullivan looking to get the save. Well, he wouldn't get the save because it's not a save situation, but close things out here for the Fightin' Phils. A save is 3 runs or less. 1 ball, no strikes to Montez. You can make it 2 balls and no strikes. He crouches down, he kicks his lay back, and it comes inside. So it's 3-0. Definitely an interesting delivery from Sullivan. He kind of uses his entire body to gain momentum. So he sort of squats down just a little bit, maybe a 45-degree bend in his knees. And then he kicks his left leg up and back, and he uses all of that squat up momentum and forward to throw the ball. But a 4-pitch walk sends Montez to first. So there's a runner on now with 2 outs in the top of the ninth. The Fightin's up by 7 runs for Taylor Snyder, which is not the guy that you want to face at the plate. He's had a home run today, 4 in the series, 10 hits. And he's been absolutely dominant, team high 25 RBIs. Montez taking quite a lead on first. He's going, and the pitch gets past Connolly. So it's a defensive indifference, they're going to call that, as he heads over to second. Connolly able to dig it out of the dirt, but just let him go here. They're focused on the batter. Sullivan kicks, fires home, and it's a called strike. 2 strikes away now from ending this thing. Hartford 1 run on 3 hits. Fightin's 8 runs on 10 hits. Nobody's made an error in the field right now. Sullivan looks back. Now he'll come home with it. It's outside. And the offering is fouled back. So the Yard Goats down to their final strikes, and the Fightin's fans are realizing it. They're up on their feet, and they're ready for the victory here as the Fightin's lead 8-1 over the Hartford Yard Goats. And Billy Sullivan has 2 strikes on Taylor Snyder, who struck out twice today. And if anyone can close it out, it's Billy Sullivan. Here it is, the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Billy Sullivan has done it. He struck out Taylor Snyder to end the game, and the Fightins take the series right now 4-2, and they take the game 8-1 over the Hartford Yard Goats. It's a big deal here at FirstEnergy Stadium with 7,000 fans in the ballpark. And they're shaking hands. They are excited on the field, and the fans are elated here at the ballpark. The Fightin Phils win 8-1 over the Hartford Yard Goats. Tomorrow night's game, 5:15. I'll be on the air with y'all. Make sure to join us here at FirstEnergy Stadium. Thank you for tuning in, and go Reading Fightin Phils.